Instagram is making some not so ethical and very questionable decisions, but tell me what's new. What's new? It's Cara and Artful, two platforms that a lot of artists are moving to. And I'm gonna talk about both platforms, Instagram, and why I'm really thinking about quitting Instagram, but why I also think you should really plan through and not only follow everyone say, oh, I'm leaving and I'm going to Cara, I'm staying on Instagram, but really think about what will be better for your business if you are trying to make a business out of your art and social media, and out of your mental health is if this is just a hobby that you happen to share with the internet. The art in the background, it's a piece that originally started as a Pride Month piece, but I think it ended up with something more therapeutic. And I'm gonna be sharing more art in my next video, so stay tuned. So, Instagram changed their politics and they revealed that they've been feeding their AI with our posts. Every photo you upload of yourself, your children, your family, everything, every caption you wrote, every piece of art that you've shared, either as a reel or as a post or as a carousel, those are feeding into Instagram slash Meta AI. And like, I really think that the biggest problem here is that this is being done without people's consent. I have no way, because I am from Colombia. In Latin America, we have no way of opposing to this. And I honestly don't trust Meta to not use this information because it's been shown in the past multiple times that Meta can't really be trusted with our information. And that sucks because Meta has Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. And the thing is that I can quit Facebook. I haven't used it in years, and I honestly have like a bit of trauma with it, but that's a story for another day. And Instagram, I could quit it, and that's what I'm gonna be talking. But WhatsApp, I can't because that's literally the only way I have to communicate with my family and my friends in my country. It's the most used app. So I have a big of conflict there. I'm really thinking about moving to Telegram because yeah, a lot of people moved there when there was like the first. We're gonna be reading your conversations with AI to improve our algorithm with WhatsApp a few years ago. Not everyone did. My family didn't. So like, there's a bit of a dependency there, but with Instagram, not so much. So I'm probably quitting that platform. So, what's the big competitor? The biggest one at the moment, it's probably Cara, which I love, by the way, because a lot of people is like, oh, did you know this means face in Spanish? Of course I know. I speak Spanish. Spanish is my first language. But anyway, I'm gonna be talking about the pros and cons of Cara and Artful. Artful is a platform that I discovered a few years ago. I started there, but then I quit it. A few years ago, I'm talking, I think my last post before the one I did this week was around 2021. So it's a platform that has a bit more experience because, as far as I understand, Cara has a little bit over a year of being online. One of the biggest pros of Cara, and something that I absolutely love, and the main reason I think a lot of people are moving there, is that it's an anti AI platform and it has a partnership with Glaze, I think it was called. That is another platform that is used to pretty much check if your art was made by AI and protect it if it wasn't. That's what I understand. This is, again, double check. Always double check. Make sure to always double check. Another feature that I really like is that it has a portfolio section. So you can choose which pieces you want to be there as your portfolio, as your most important pieces, and in a different section is your feed. Something that I absolutely love about this is that one of my biggest like concerns about Instagram is that I might make a piece that I like, but that I don't love, and that also doesn't really showcase my proficiency in line art, in color, in whatever. So it's not really something I can use as a platform. It's not something I can really use as a portfolio because of this. However, with Cara, you have in one place your portfolio and on another place your feed, any publication you want to do. I think the job listing section is a very cool initiative. I didn't saw that much movement there. So I'm not sure if you can actually get a job, but I think it's promising the fact that it has that feature. And if a lot of artists are moving there and it's an anti AI place, yeah, it might not have as much people as Instagram will have, but it will have the right people. I think a lot of people are moving right there, and probably with the job listing place, like studios that are ethical and they are like anti AI will be looking for people to hire there. So that's potential. It's not there yet, as far as I know. Um, but I think it's something that it's quite promising. And last but not least, this one is one that I really, really like, and is that it was made for and by artists. The founder is Jinha Sang. I don't know if I pronounced that properly, and she is an artist that has more than 20 years of in the industry, and she appeared in I think in Forbes, and like she has a big journey that it's worth noticing. And she is anti AI, which is something super important. Now, one of the biggest cons that Cara has is that it's not as big as Instagram. Sure, a lot of people are joining, but I've seen a lot of people also say, yeah, but Instagram has more users. And yeah, you got a very good point, but is it better though? Because I think we should really prioritize quality over quantity. Why do I want to show my work to people that are not even interested in art? So, yeah, sure, it's going to be a smaller audience that you can reach with Cara because it's going to be less people in the platform, but I also think it will be easier to target once we figure out how to actually target people in Cara. I'm quite new. I literally started like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 days ago, and it's I like it, and something that I really like is that it you can also just post text because I want to focus more on my writing, not only on my art. And the fact that you can just post like kind of like Twitter, I like that. Now, we're going to move to the cons. Like I don't think I think the smaller audience can be a con, but I think it's also a very good opportunity to have a more targeted audience. But now with the real cons of Cara. It's just 1 year old. So we're talking about a literal baby app. And because of this, and because it moved from having a couple thousand users to more than 300,000, it's crashing a lot and it has a lot of bugs. I think it's like if you're really picky, yeah, sure, don't go there yet. But I really think it's worth it. But I really think it's worth it. I believe it's not only worth it, but it's something that's gonna be like really, really good for us in the future. Um, so yeah, it's just be patient with it. Something that I'm worried about is that right now they are not making any profit out of it. Like they've been paying out of pocket and it's been done by volunteers and stuff. But now since a lot of people move there, their costs just duplicated and probably even more. And they are based off donations. I'm not sure how many people will be willing to donate. I think it can be like a good thing, and they can if they can figure out like Patreon kind of model that can help them keep them alive. I mean, AO3. Have you used AO3? I've seen a lot of people say like you can't make a website this big out of donations. Have you checked AO3? They are based on donations. A lot of people donate, and I absolutely love AO3, and I haven't had the money, but if I did, I will totally donate to Cara and to AO3. So, yeah, I think it's very, very possible to make it out of donations. I think they have to find a good way to promote it. Like with AO3, they have like this um, times where they share the like what as soon as you're gonna read something there, you just appear like, oh, we are in donations time. I don't remember the correct name. Can you donate? And that way you help. I think also Wikipedia works like that. So it's totally doable to have something based off donations. They could also have some sort of sponsorship or make like contest partnered with, not with anyone like Instagram does, but more like we're gonna make a collaboration with XP Pen, with Wacom, with Weon, with this brand. I do digital art, so I'm not sure what they could partner with for traditional, but they could do like Crayola. I don't know. I'm making this up, but you get the point. That might also be a good way to make money for them. And so it is possible, but they don't have enough money yet, as far as I know. Of course, this is moving really fast. Probably by the time you see this thing, they're already like a well-established thing and have a successful business model. But so far, they're struggling a bit because their costs just went to the roof one day from one day to the other. And something that I'm really, really worried about is that it might just be like the height of the moment. I think it won't, honestly, because there are a lot of people, me included, that feel very strongly about AI being used without your consent. I have nothing against AI. You know, have you seen Mimimu? I really encourage you to see the last Mimimu video because she uses AI in order to get better references and you can get like an idea of what you want to do and it saves time. And then you do your art piece. So using it like that, I think that's the correct way. But when people just put something in the AI and say, oh, look at my piece of art. No, no, I'm sorry, not. I strongly disagree with that. Now let's move a bit to Artful. Artful is another platform focused for artists that was founded, I think, around 2020. I'm not sure about these dates. I suck at dates. It's more community focused, which means it has challenges and activities. I think it's an interesting feature for discoverability, to be discovered. Because that way you can also focus. Like, let's think about quality over quantity right here. Because if I show my fan art, my anime like 80s fan art to someone that doesn't like anime, doesn't like 80s, and really enjoys hyperrealism, it's not gonna work. These challenges and the fact that these are platforms focused for artists, I think it's a very big opportunity to narrow down your marketing, and it's gonna be easier because you're not gonna be in the ocean of a lot of people and you're not gonna be competing against reels that about food and reels about cars, and then you're gonna see something about marketing, and then maybe in that pool of content you're gonna see your art. No, you're gonna be alongside other artists. So I think that's a really, really big opportunity that I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet. And I really think it's worth it. This is like something super silly, but I love that you can personalize your gallery. So it's not always, it doesn't have to be the square all the time. You can have like mismatching forms, and you can have a canvas that it's a rectangle and then the other one's a square, and like you can't have like a circle or a triangle, but you can change the size so it fits your art better, and that's something I absolutely love. So I'm gonna go for both platforms. Now, I think one of the cons that Artful has is that it hasn't have the big virality of Cara. I'm not sure if that's a pro or a con. I gotta say that. We'll have to see, and that they don't have something that can protect you from either using AI generated art in your content or protect your content from being used to by an AI in the future, which is something Cara has with Glaze. I think that's probably a feature they're gonna be adding in the future because they are anti AI. So, yeah, it makes sense that they add that feature. Now, with all of this on the table and a bit of my thought process here, I want to share with you what I plan on doing in this industry moving forward. First is that I think I'll be posting on both because I really like them. Like I like them more than I do Instagram. And right now I can't make reels. Like I enjoy making reels. I know a lot of artists don't, but I actually enjoy them. The thing is that right now I'm having an awful schedule because I have to leave my house at 6 p.m., 6 a.m. In order to be at the office at 7 a.m. And then I leave the office at 6 p.m. and I arrive at my house around 7. So I am more than 12 hours outside my home and I can't really create reels or record stuff. Like I'm recording this around at 7. I just arrived at my house. And these kind of videos are kind of easy to make. This one in particular because I'm not planning on adding like a lot of footage. It's mainly me talking and that works for me, but I don't think I'll have the time to make one video a day about my art, especially because I don't have that much time to be making art. And I also don't like Instagram in general. It's been a while, and for other personal reasons, I think it will be good to just get out of the platform because, like a bit of gossip, I broke up with my partner, and we're both artists, and we both follow each other. So, and Instagram, they don't follow me here, and I hope they don't see this. Yeah, so they're in all the right to share their art and share their poems and stuff, but it kind of hurts me because I really didn't want to hurt them, and I mean, a breakup is never gonna be easy. So yeah, that's there's that. And the other thing is that I don't think Instagram is the more stable platform you can be in. No, there's not. I'm not saying Cara is gonna be stable. I'm not saying Artful is gonna be stable. I'm not even saying YouTube is stable. Although I think YouTube is probably the most stable platform there is outside right now. But what I'm saying is that Instagram changes a lot more and it's a lot less stable than other platforms. If you want stability, you should focus on your email list and your own website. But I don't like it. I just don't like it. And I think, especially since Instagram tried to become TikTok, the platform is harder to reach without doing reels. It's harder to get to your audience without doing reels. So I decided that I'm gonna be focusing on this kind of videos. I'm even thinking about hiring an editor. I might hire a friend to edit my videos. We'll see how it goes, and I first need to stay at my job because it's soul sucking. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, and I believe YouTube can be better in the long term because with Instagram and TikTok, you can get views. You can get a lot of views, but you're not necessarily building a brand. And this is something that I heard in the Deep Dive podcast of with Ali Abdal, in when he was interviewing Colin and Samir. And they talk about how important it is to build a brand. It might be slower, but it's even more important than getting a ton of views. Because if you're at this point, like I'm not sure how long this is gonna be, but I've been talking for already 20 minutes, and of course I'm gonna have to cut parts, but I don't think I'm gonna be. This video is not gonna be shorter than 15 minutes, and if I have your attention, if you like what I'm talking about for 15 minutes, that's way more valuable than you looking at a 7-second reel or a minute long reel or short or TikTok or whatever short form video. So I think YouTube is the way to go. Of course, I have to make some sort of freebie or something to build an email list because that's safer, and that's something that I want to talk in my next video, like about my kind of new plan about social media and how I'm planning on making this work because I really, really, really want to make a living out of social media. I don't want to keep working at the call center, and I'm already working on that. I'm looking for jobs in the advertisement industry, which is something that I actually like, and I have a bit of network there. But I have to work in other stuff before getting there. So yeah, it's fun. Life is fun. Um, so yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Because I've seen a lot of people that don't really care. Like we have normalized so much this breach in our privacy in Meta just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna use your information, and in exchange, you can keep using my app." And people are just okay with this. And for example, with WhatsApp, I am dependent on it. If I don't have WhatsApp, it's gonna be harder for me to communicate with my loved ones, in even in my job, because we handle a lot of stuff through WhatsApp. So I can't quit WhatsApp, and that's kind of annoying, but I can quit Instagram. And I'm planning on doing that. And I'm gonna be focusing all my energy in showing my process, in talking about my art on YouTube. Maybe I might do shorts and give it a shot because I actually like doing that kind of video. Because the fact that it's shorter, it puts less pressure on me. But I'm gonna focus more on this kind of videos. Even if I can't make one this once a week, I might be able to do it twice a month. So that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyone that has made content know. And I can use these platforms like Cara and Artful to try concepts, to show sketches, to build a community, to send people to my email list and network, but mainly to show final pieces and enjoy the process of sharing an image, because it's been a long time since I've been able to upload an image to a social media without feeling like I'm wasting my fucking time. And I know I'm not the only one. So yeah, let me know what do you think down in the comments, and if you want to see what I'm planning to do, like a bit of my previous strategy and how I'm planning to change it now that I'm quitting Instagram, you can check out this video. Bye bye.